What's up, guys? It's been a while. Sorry. Been going through some shit. So is everybody else, right? Exactly. So I figured I would just tune in and waste your time a little bit. Talk about some things that have been on my mind lately. And yeah, not really quite sure what to talk about. I want to apologize for not doing an actual video of me dyeing my hair. A couple of people were a little upset that I didn't show the process, so in your luck, I missed some blonde. This girl literally went like all the way up to here on the top of my head with the blonde and nowhere else on the sides. So there's blonde pieces back there that I didn't get because I didn't go that high. My goal was to not touch my roots. It's a darker color, so I can pull off the whole, like, my roots coming in because it doesn't look so crappy. But it's, I gotta do it again. I mean, I have to wait a little while because I did just do it. And I used to be one of those, like, oh, I'm all natural. I have to, like, not touch my hair, not do this, not do that. And it doesn't really, like, what is the point in having hair if you can't play with it? So I figured, why not? And I like the color. It's funny because everybody was pointing at work the other day, like, oh, what'd you do? You dyed it the color of your sweater? No, that's not, that wasn't my go-to. Like, yeah, I wanna dye my hair the same color as my work sweater. That's what I was thinking. No, that's not what I was thinking, but I was just trying to go for a darker color. It's really bright. Which probably means it's starting to fade already. I just did this on Sunday. So that just shows you. My hair is not dye friendly. Used to be when how many years ago was that? Years ago. Maybe just over abuse of bleaching it and stuff. I don't know. But anyway. So I will be dyeing it again probably in 6 weeks or so to update the color, make it vibrant again. It'll wash out even though it's permanent because that's what my hair does. It doesn't hold it. Not to mention I have to cover the blonde pieces that I missed in the back, which is really annoying me because now I think every time someone's in the back of me, standing in the back of me, they're probably staring at these blonde pieces that I missed. So whatever. On another note, we've got, I've been scrolling through Facebook a lot more than I should, and you see things that you don't like, or you see things that, you know, upset you or make you feel some sort of way, and I swear, every single time I open Facebook, it's a decent clip of something, of, you know, kids playing or something, and then it's, I don't know, all this stupid hate shit. Like, why? Get over it, people. Just get over it. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand this whole child trafficking, human trafficking, whatever the hell it is that they're doing. I don't know. But it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why we're doing these things. And then I read a post that pulled on my heartstrings a little bit about how the Amish country is. I don't know much about them. I know that they are very religious and very, I don't want to say strict because it's their way of living. It's how they do things. So it's not necessarily strict, but it's odd to us. But you gotta admit something. They've got it going for them. Yes, they work very hard to have what they have, and that's what we're supposed to do. But they make a lot of sacrifices to do that, and I agree with them. I really do. They do work very hard at what they do, and I give them props for that. But the article was that a woman's husband died in an accident at the mill, and she had, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5 kids and one on the way, but she now is a widow with all these children and an unborn child on the way. And instead of trying to figure out what she's going to do, this woman, because she is Amish and a part of the community, the entire community is chipping in to help this woman with everything. They are getting wood for her to burn to cook and to heat her house. They are winterizing her house for her with winter coming. All the other women in the community are going there and cooking for her and her children, and for the men who are going to be doing all this work around her house that her husband can no longer do now. It's amazing. It's amazing that they get together like that. And yes, they consider it their church. They all go to church. And I understand that. That's their beliefs. But she comes right out and says, the church is all of us who reside in the community, who are Amish. We all are going to chip in until her children are old enough to then step up to the plate and provide for their family, which is amazing. I think that's awesome. I think that's what our kids now are lacking. They're not understanding, like the woman said, you know, you would work all day on the farm, mow, you know, whatever you had to do to get things done for the day, and your reward was a hot cooked meal at the end of the night. I think that's awesome. That's my opinion. I think it's amazing to teach children at a young age to work for what they want and to be rewarded by spending family time with a warm cooked meal. That's, I mean, that you can't get any more rewarding than that, because nowadays these kids just expect everything handed to them and don't understand what it takes to work to get to that point. And I think that's part of the problem. Why we have such, in my opinion, a crappy age of children now. They don't get it. I do believe that children need to have a childhood, don't get me wrong, but you can't tell me these kids don't have a childhood. I'm sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. Just checking out that truck there. You got a Dodge Ram pulling a Chevy. See, PJ, I told you, Dodge. He wants a Chevy. I would prefer a Dodge. Chevys are gas guzzlers, and they don't hold their money value whatsoever. So it's kind of like you're just emptying your pockets and not getting anything in return. At least the Dodge holds its value a little bit. And, well, they hold their value a lot of it. You can't find them very cheap, because even I was online looking, and I don't even remember what year it was, but it had over 90,000 miles on it, and they wanted like 20 grand for it. I'm thinking, you're out of your mind. That's a lot of miles. Like, that's when stuff starts going wrong, really wrong. But they hold their value. But anyway, getting off track, yeah, so this whole thing has gotten me thinking, like, what I'm not expecting everybody to think, like, oh, we need to help this one, we need to help that one, because, let's face it, there's a lot of us in need that it would be impossible to help, in a sense, because we're all in the same boat, kind of, you know? But there are people out there who are well endowed and much better off that could spare to give and donate. And I mean, even just like when you have a lot of money and you want new furniture, donate your furniture. So you want to make more money off of that furniture, why not donate it to people who could never have something like that? You know, that's how I look at it. With the process that we're going through, I'm going through a lot of our stuff, and whatever I don't use, whatever I don't want, as long as it's usable to someone else, I'm donating it. I'm not gonna sell it, make 10, 20, 30 bucks off of it when I can give it to somebody who needs it. Like, I have a whole luggage bag full of purses. I want to donate that to the Women's Center for women who can't afford to go get themselves a purse. You know, what is the point? What's the point of going through the hassle of taking pictures, putting it online, getting 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks for it, and you're running around meeting with these people to do this. Not to mention, it's the same people who, if they can spend $10, $20 to get it from you, they can go to the store and get the same thing. So, I don't know, I just feel better. Like all of Jackson's clothes, Anthony's clothes, I always donate my clothes. I donate them. There are a lot of people out there way worse off, and I think that's what we forget sometimes. We forget where we came from. We forget, you know, how to be a loyal, honest individual in society. We forget to just go through life with our heart on our sleeves. I know that we all have our days. Believe me, I am preaching to the choir. I have my days where I wake up and I feel so overwhelmed of everything in my life. And then after about an hour or two of feeling anger, I then feel regret or feel, you know, like, how dare you feel this way or be upset about this? This is petty compared to what some people are going through. And I have, from day one with Anthony, have tried to stress that to him, that I want my kids to grow up knowing that, you know, you think you have it bad, you need to see the other side of things. It's not like that. It's not as bad as you make it seem. It's not that crazy, because we get caught up in our own lives to where we don't see what other people are going through, and it's kind of scary. I think that's part of the reason why some of us forget to be humble or forget to be loving to each other. You know, that one saying that you see all the time is like, you have no idea what that person's going through in their personal life, so just be nice today. And I try to do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's times where I do go by that, and then somebody's a complete, you know, douche about it, and I'm like, oh, that was when I should have been a bitch, and I wasn't. But overall, I get aggravated that I didn't, you know, lash out, but at the same time, I'm glad I didn't, because what is the point? I'm a better person for not being a douche, so that's how it goes. That's why when things do happen, you think to yourself, shit, man, I thought, you know, I thought I was doing good. I thought I was a good person, decent person. Maybe I messed up somewhere, you know, just bend over and take it. That's how you feel sometimes. That too, the whole thyroid thing, what a mess. I should have went back to the doctor months ago. I didn't. I haven't had time. Literally have not had time. And I know that it's affected still. I know that it's changing again, because I went through this phase of, like, my emotions were all weird. What was I watching this morning? Oh, I was watching people telling their family members that they're going to be grandparents, and I was getting, like, teary-eyed of it. What is wrong with me? It's crazy how it controls literally everything, and so many people deal with it, don't even know it. So I don't know, but I read that post today. It started making me think. I mean, I think of this stuff probably on a daily basis, but it really made me think to the point of, I kind of had like flashbacks of whenever somebody out there has hurt me or betrayed me or has done something, you know, that they shouldn't have done, overall just hurt me or pissed me off in a way that they shouldn't have. And it makes you think. I mean, some things are unforgivable, that's for sure, but most of it is brush it off, get over it, move on. Like, is it really worth that if that person passed away tomorrow, would you be okay with that? Would you be okay with the fact that they left and that's how it ended? You know, I try to remember that. It's not easy. We all forget that, you know, every day is a blessing. Whether you're religious or not, it is a blessing. It's a blessing that you woke up, you're breathing, you're alive, you're here, and I don't know, I just, like, we really honestly forget it, and I have to remind myself. I'm in the same boat as all of you. I have to remind myself that I have to stop letting things get to me that shouldn't get to me. Even like work. We all do it. And sometimes days are easier and sometimes days are harder, but those hard days, you need to vent it out and then let it go. Like, just let it go, because for the ones out there who want to change the world, it's a really hard job. I know that because I feel that way constantly about things. I know my son feels the same way. He talks about it all the time. If he could change the world to make it better, if he could figure out how to do it, he would do it. And I give him props for even thinking that way. That's good that he thinks that way. That's a good thing. But I don't know. I think I need to stay off of Facebook a little bit again, because there's a lot of crap, and I constantly keep clicking on these things like, please hide fewer posts from this. I don't want to see it, but it's social media, it's open, everybody's got opinions, which I'm, you know, fully understandable of that. I have my own as well, but this stuff like really gets to you after a while. And with the cold weather coming, I'm not a cold weather kind of person. And I know there's a lot of others out there that when it starts to get cold, you start to feel, I don't want to say depressed, but kind of like that mood of depression. You just blah, it's cold, you can't be outside, well, you don't want to be outside, you know. I mean, I took the garbage out today and I was like running to the garbage can like, oh my God, get me back in the house, it's cold. This is ridiculous. I'm not ready for this. I'm never ready for it. I definitely live in the wrong state. I'm not a winter person at all. The snow is beautiful, but I'd be more than willing to look at it from afar. Because I just don't. The whole, like, your heating bill goes up. It's a process, it's a lot of work. And that's the other thing I was thinking too. You know, you think to yourself, I'm going on like 17 minutes now, so I'm going to cut this short soon. But, real quick, everybody out there who wants kids, I've heard a comment has been said to me that why the hell would you want kids in this world? With everything that's going on and how much it is, why we don't need any more people in this world. That was a very selfish opinion. In my opinion, like in my case, I would love to have more kids, and the only thing that's stopping me from having more kids, well, two things, is I am petrified, because Jackson took a toll on my body extremely, and that was a scary situation. And the other thing is financially. Like, I literally have to sit here and think to myself, if I want more kids, would we be able to do it? Like, how would we do it? How would we financially be able to pay for everything on top of another mouth to feed? I think that's sickening, that's how you have to look at it. But in my case, I am a Nazi when it comes to my finances. So I do think, like, you know, is that possible? Is that something that can be done? So it's messed up that you got to think that way, that, you know, you can't just have kids to have kids like the good old days where it was just, I mean, my grandmother had 6 kids. 6 kids. Could you imagine that? 6 kids. Oh my God. I just, like, she was probably loving every minute of it, because it was like you had one of every age, no matter what, for like the longest time of your life. And that's why when she became finally old enough where her kids were on their own, she was a partier for quite a while. And I could see myself doing the same thing. Like, I want my own time, but I want to be a mom. So, I don't know. Just venting. That's what I'm thinking today. Today's a very blah day. Today is Tuesday. I'm trying to be positive because Tuesday is the longest day of the week for me, every single week. Even today at home felt long. So I'm a little nervous. I'm hoping work goes by fast. we all know we don't want to be there longer than we need to, so we don't want it to feel longer either. But hopefully someday everybody will wake the F up and stop being idiots, and we can start to become family. That's what we need. We need to become family again. Help each other, support each other, stop going against each other. It's ridiculous. Stop it. Stop judging people. You're judging. Don't judge me, monkey. That's basically how it feels. But gotta go. Hit 94. Almost at work. And that's about it. Thanks for listening. Thank you for your time. Apologize for not being around. I will try to catch up a little bit more each time as I get time. And have a good day. Peace.